Welcome to the deep dive. We all make purchases every day, but how much thought do we give to our rights as consumers?
Right. And how does that awareness, or maybe lack of it, actually change how we shop?
Exactly. We're going to get into that today, how things like trust, return policies, warranties,
Mhm.
how they all play into our buying decisions.
It's a really interesting mix of factors, from feeling secure to, well, knowing you have options if something goes wrong.
Okay, so let's kick off with trust. It feels pretty fundamental, right? Our trust in, say, consumer protection laws or just a brand's reputation, how does that affect our spending?
Oh, massively. Basically, trust lowers the perceived risk if you feel there's a safety
Like
net.
knowing you won't just lose your money if the product's bad.
Precisely. If you trust that there are systems in place, whether it's regulations or just the company doing the right thing, you feel, safer opening your wallet.
Makes sense. So that framework of rights sort of encourages spending in a
Yeah,
way.
definitely. It builds confidence in the whole marketplace.
Okay, what about something really practical, like return policies? Those signs saying easy returns, how much weight do they carry?
A lot, actually. A clear, generous return policy is like um, a pre-purchase reassurance.
Takes the pressure off.
Yeah, exactly. It removes that worry of, what if this isn't right for me?
Right.
It signals the company is confident and customer-focused. That can absolutely tip the scales for a buyer.
Right, it shifts the risk a bit. Now, something else we hear a lot about is transparency. Where products come from, ethical practices.
Hmm.
Is that influencing choices?
Increasingly so. Consumers, especially maybe younger ones, but really across the board now, want to feel good about where their money goes.
So they're looking beyond just the product itself.
They're looking at the company's values, its supply chain, its environmental impact. Transparency builds, well, it builds that connection. It lets people vote with their wallets.
And it's not just what companies say, is it? What about reviews from other buyers? How powerful is that?
Oh, incredibly powerful. Think about it. Online reviews are everywhere. They act as social proof.
Like hearing from a friend, almost.
Kind of, yeah. We tend to trust the experiences of peers.
Uh,
Good reviews, huge boost. Bad reviews can really, really hurt a product or brand.
okay. Does this awareness of rights and like reading reviews differ much between age groups?
It's likely, yeah. Younger people might be, more digitally native, quicker to find info online, maybe more tuned into social media feedback.
Whereas older generations might rely more on what? Past experience or established brand reputation?
Possibly. Or maybe different aspects of consumer protection resonate more. It probably varies based on life experience and how people generally access information.
What about warranties? Especially for bigger things, electronics, appliances, how do they fit in?
Warranties are crucial for confidence in those higher stakes purchases.
That guarantee against defects.
Exactly. Knowing you have coverage for a year, 2 years, whatever it is, that provides real peace of mind. The length and terms of a warranty can definitely be a deciding factor between two similar products.
So here's a big question then. Are people actually willing to pay more for brands that are known for respecting consumer rights, for having good service, good policies?
I think for many consumers, yes, they see that extra cost as an investment.
An investment in what? Less hassle later.
Pretty much. Less hassle, a smoother experience, maybe supporting a company whose ethics they admire. It's buying trust and reliability, essentially.
And what happens when things do go wrong? How vital is it for a company to step up and take responsibility? Does that affect loyalty?
Absolutely vital. Accountability is key. Look, mistakes happen, but how a company handles them, that's what builds or breaks long-term relationships.
So fixing a problem well can actually make a customer more loyal.
It often can, yeah. It shows they care. But ignoring problems or making excuses, that erodes trust fast. You likely won't see that customer again.
It all seems to point towards being an informed consumer. How important is just general education about our rights?
It's incredibly empowering. When you know your rights, you can make smarter choices up front. You know what to look for, what questions to ask.
And you know what to do if there is an issue.
Right. You know how to seek a remedy, whether it's a refund, a repair, or something else. Education leads to a fairer, more effective marketplace for everyone.
One last area, government. Can things like public awareness campaigns actually make a difference in how we think about our rights and what we buy?
They certainly can. Government campaigns can boost overall awareness, highlight specific rights or, current scams, and just generally help shape consumer attitudes and ultimately purchasing trends.
So wrapping it up, it really feels like it comes down to a few core things. trust in the system and the brand.
Transparency about practices.
The assurance provided by things like return policies and warranties.
And crucially, our own awareness and education as consumers.
They're all interconnected, driving how confident we feel and where we choose to spend our money.
Right.
It makes the marketplace work better, really.
Exactly. It's a dynamic interplay.
So maybe a final thought for you listening, thinking about all this, the trust, the policies, the reviews. How might your own awareness of your rights change how you shop next time? Definitely something worth considering. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.